This is my day. I'm gonna do things my way. This is my day. I'm gonna do things my way. If you believe it, say it. Say it. You're gonna make it. Say it. Say it. If you believe it, say it. Say it. Yeah. This is my
Dumelang ma-Afrika reale dumedisa. Dumelang ma-Afrika reale dumedisa. Welcome to it. This is Friday. This is Trending SA. We're going to delve straight into all of the hashtags that keep us talking on social media. But more importantly than all of that, today we celebrate our Heritage Day. Yes! Ibitso la ka ke Baba Lomoloi ke legolo ko le Kotswana hlaba kgoka le mao. Shaka?
Oh, sure. Shaka Sisulu. Ndikuqhamela ndingumzondi ziyeka sampu thambula inyoka lihlaba nemzondayo. Ngumanalande alinyama enyamakazi.
La. Sis noma kumela.
Molweni bantu abahle igama lami ndinguNomakula Roberts of course yazi abantu ngurhadebe niyazibona zombini indlebe zami.
And our Serbian queen, Miss Nina Hasty.
Dumelang lena laga ke Nina Alexandra Hasty. Yes, I'm Nina. How are you? Goeiedag, goeiemiddag, all of the things. There's so many things in our cultural makeup and how's it?
I like that.
How's it?
And how's it is such an us thing, hey? No matter where you go, how's it? What? How's what?
How's it?
What are you talking about?
How's
But
it,
here
China?
we know.
Bruiser.
And we're going to get into that a little bit later on. There's a bit of a segment that we're going to talk about, you know, things that we do that no one else does. And you
So
know your
South
South African way.
South African.
So we'll start with you, Nina. What are you going to talk about today?
Okay, so today I'm talking about my day ones, right?
My day ones.
My day ones. We have a super fan, guys. Like my Bako, she's in her 80s. She's 87 years old and she never misses an episode of Trending SA. Okay, so she contacted us and she told us she has written a special Heritage Day poem that she would like to share with Mzansi. Her name is, wait for it, Shirley Wittington, okay, from Cape Town. And we will get her on the line to read us her poem for us all. I can't wait, actually,
Sounds
guys.
nice.
Yeah.
Shirley Wittington.
That's not what I expected initially either. I was like, that's an
Are you
interesting...
going to tell us what you expected?
I thought maybe Aus, Gogo...
Yeah, you know, when they said like, oh wow, a super fan has sent a poem, I did think it was like probably a younger lady.
You like younger ladies, leave them alone. Babes Otuma, we are sorry.
Oh,
You're
my
sorry,
gosh.
Babes Otuma.
Okay, Sis Cooley, how are you ending up this heritage?
What rhymes with Wololo?
Mine is Dololo. Yeah, my hashtag is hashtag Blacks Only. Some comedy and heritage with David Gao. What's a show on Heritage Day without having some laughs with David Gao? The man with the funny head. Of course, he won't take his hat off, so I have no evidence that he's got a funny head, but he does.
Let's give him a duke.
No, you know how people snatch edges?
Yeah.
Can we snatch his hat?
Hey!
We'll expose you. No, I'm joking. We'll never do that. We love all our guests. Okay, and Shaka flashing us back today?
Yeah, beginning of the year, we kicked this year off in wonderful fashion with this hashtag, the year we mispronounced back. So we're going to go back in time and look through that particular hashtag and actually what it meant for this year. This year has been lit.
You know
This
that
year
though?
has
Everyone
flown.
goes... Because it's exhausting for your whole life having not poppy, no
On your own continent, not in Norway. On your own continent. Coolie.
You're lucky.
And then they go coolie. It's like, huh?
I get puby,
Puby.
pooby,
Poby.
parby.
Poby.
I get Nani.
Yeah.
I get Nani. Oh, Nadine.
I was mixing
That's not
Durban.
like, that's a completely different name.
you get
I get
Nana?
Natasha. Nana, only you call me Nana.
Oh, no.
I was made in Durban by a guy in my transport wielding a sign, Coolie. I walked past him. That's not my name. That's a cool drink.
Hardcore.
Yeah, that's funny.
Do you know that song?
Almendro.
That's not my name. That's not my name.
My name is Stacy.
We also don't know it.
So I get a lot of white people trying to change my name from Shaga Sisulu into Shaga Sizulu.
Wow.
They try and make it Shaga Zulu and then like C, they like subordinate the C. Shaga Zulu.
My mom actually
weird.
was like, is it Shaka Isi Zulu?
Yeah.
But sorry, no,
while on the
mommy.
subject-
With respect, I'm not allowed to say things.
I know, I forgot to tell you.
yeah.
While on
Wait,
the
you're
subject
not
of
supposed to like
names,
shade your family on TV.
I think we should also ask what is in a name. I would like us to look at names and the relation they have to our African identity, okay? So right now there's a movement that is calling on Africans to decolonize their names. This movement, led by Ndumiso Maseko from I Am an African, is calling on people to drop their colonial names and go to the nearest Home Affairs and change their name. So later in the show, we'll be chatting to Ndumiso all about the hashtag change your colonial name and how he believes it's a necessary thing for self-actualization. What is your name and what does it mean? Tag us and let us know.
Jimmy means Mzwanele,
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Really?
doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I know that lucky means Nhlanhla.
Yes, that's a direct translation.
Yeah, exactly.
Nomakula means Queen of the Indians.
Aww.
Oh.
My daughter's called India.
Oh.
And we're not going to Home Affairs to change that name. I'm sorry.
Well, it's an African name.
It's an African.
If you consider the Indians are Africans.
Yes.
We're
It's
going
an
to take
African
a
name.
quick break now. We're out of time in
Yeah,
this
Nina.
segment at Trending SA on 3 on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Trending SA.
Yeah, wena Nina.
Nna ke paballo, ke a le hlokomela, ke a baballa. Kaofela, ke tla le hlokomela after this break.
This is my day. This is my day.
Good luck. Good luck to us. Hey, smile, guys.
Ow. And me? Welcome back. No. This is Trending SA.
Unset you.
Why do I hold my breath?
Don't die. Don't die.
I do as
Statue.
well.
Okay, breathe.
I hold my breath.
Unstatue.
I don't know what to do.
Unsteady.
Welcome back. It's Trending SA. You're tuned into the show that delves into everything that is on social media. We go deep into the hashtags, the trend hashtag.
Deep.
You know you are South African when has been trending this Heritage Week. And Nina, you have more on this.
Yes. Thank you, Pabi.
You're absolutely welcome,
This is the
darling.
voice of oppression. Please wait. Please
Wait. Next customer, please.
Next customer, please. Being South African is pretty awesome.
It is.
There's no nation like us. There's 11 official languages. There's actually 36 languages spoken in this country. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. There's many different cultures.
36?
What? 36. Setokwa, Isipondo. Those are the only two others that I know. Anyway, but we're a one-of-a-kind nation. Okay, so what stands out for you? Isipondo, I just made that. Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
I don't
Is
know.
it Isi before the thing?
No.
Babe, listen, you're never wrong.
Yeah, well, we're all learning. This is the thing, South Africa. There is no shame in not knowing things.
Not fully.
Yeah.
Don't pretend that you know things, because we don't all know things. This is the funny thing, right? So I had this gag about. I was leaning in. I wanna jump into the camera and
She
tell
wants to
people
tell
this
South
stuff. I want to
Africans
tell
it's
something.
okay to be ignorant.
it's not okay to be ignorant. It's not okay to be ignorant. It's okay to admit that you don't know and learn.
Yeah.
That's what Heritage Day is about for me. So, so this is who I am. This is what I am about. Let's learn and then share with each other. You know, it's not just all about braais. Okay.
It's not about braais at all.
Okay, so.
Oh my God! You mentioned the braai.
Okay,
around
sorry.
heritage. I just want to throw up again.
What stands out for you about Mzansi? Tag us, let us know. And start your post with hashtag you know you are South African.
When?
Okay, so now my lovely co-hosts.
Yes,
what I would like to know from you. You know you are South African when?
When even though you can't speak in all 11 official languages, you can cuss in them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't use the words on the TV.
I was not. I was going to say like.
Don't
you know how
say the one that
how you
starts
been
with
saying it? How you been saying it all week?
We know you.
Papa hao ratamao.
Papau.
Papa ratamao. Okay, what else?
That ripped my soul apart.
Okay.
And I know it's just your mommy loves your
Yeah, it just sounded
I was like, yo!
Also, you know you're South African when you say now, and you don't know whether it's like the immediate now or like in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's very South
But
African.
there's a difference, right?
But yes.
You know, and
So
you know
now-
there's a
No,
difference.
be there now.
No.
Meaning,
I'll be
I'll be there now.
Yeah.
But
But
now.
now.
No, now is later.
Later, exactly.
Now is later.
Now is now, and then it's skipped up now.
And you know you're South African
So
when
it's
you use
then.
the words like ach nee man, Asian shame.
Why do we say shame so much?
Shame.
Everything's
We say shame.
Y'all
a
know,
lot.
look, okay. Y'all need cake.
I like Yano. Like
Yano.
Yano.
Yeah.
South Africans are always
Yeah.
apologizing. Always.
Sorry.
Sorry. And they don't actually mean sorry as an apologetic, but
No,
it
but
could mean that I want to
everything is
pass.
But they mean
Sorry.
sorry.
Excuse, sorry. Yeah. But also when someone is feeling bad,
Sorry.
or when Bafana has played. You know you're South African when you believe Bafana has a chance.
I know. And I do shame the
At
Sakai.
any point in time.
Sorry.
I mean, if you say,
Sorry.
if you say,
No, sorry.
you know, I'm sure they'll win this time to say maybe.
Okay.
Because you're not actually
Maybe I'm
sure
sure.
of
I'm sure.
Jack.
Yeah.
And then there are all the regular ones. Every plastic bag is a
Checkers.
Every toothpaste brand is a
Colgate.
Every fizzy drink is a
Cool.
I say.
Okay, you know you're South African when you've tried to imitate Nelson Mandela.
When you've tried to imitate,
When you've tried.
when you've tried, you know.
You guys, it's too much.
I'm
It's too much. You're
sure
very good, by
there's a
the way.
special place in heaven for both of us, friend. There's a special.
And when you do there's no way anyone has ever imitated Madiba without doing
Oh
that.
yes, do the Madiba
You've
job.
got to do
Don't
the
do that.
Madiba talk.
That is so good.
When you are trying to talk like Madiba. And when you're paying a lot for data. That's how you know you're South African.
Yeah.
All right.
Right? And when, you know what, when you don't have free tertiary education.
Yo!
Many other
Shaka
countries
is a
don't
bow wow.
have free.
And when
Yay.
the police like shoot at you in your own country instead of
In your
like
own house.
protecting
Well, I
you.
suppose protest
Yeah.
is a big thing in
Yeah.
our country. So there we go.
And
Yeah,
You don't have
actually,
the land.
I'm tired of this, guys. I'm sorry.
And when you don't have your land,
I'm protesting.
Okay, come back.
what are you protesting?
I don't
That
know.
looked more like modeling.
I know.
What the hell was that? Okay, do it again.
I'm going to protest now.
Let's all protest.
Yeah,
protest.
protesting.
Let's protest.
Protest.
Go protest. Go
Wait,
protest.
guys, sing Shosholoza, sing
That
Shosholoza.
is also proudly South African.
Sociolosa.
All right, so you also know you're in South African. You are a South African.
Safrican.
When
Safrican.
you have an 87-year-old fan of the show who just loves South Africa, who loves Mzansi. Nina, tell us more.
Okay, yes! Yes, Fash. This guy. Okay, so I spoke to her off air. I want to say, out of respect, Auntie Shirley Wittington, because she's 87 years old.
Wow.
Okay, she's older than my Bako. So, but she said strictly that I have to call her Shirley. So
Wait, is this
we've got
Shirley?
that's Shirley, right there. We've got her on the screen. Oh, Nunus.
Do you think she's watching us like that right now?
Nah.
Shirley, can you hear me? Oh, not yet. Okay, so Shirley enjoys the show from the comfort of her home and in Cape Town every single day. She got in touch with us and told us she has a poem that she has written for our country. And so we have her on the line now to read it to us. Hi, Shirley. Welcome to Trending SA. You're speaking to Nina. Happy Heritage Week.
Hi, Dee.
How are you, Shirls?
I'm fine.
That's so amazing. When did you start watching the show?
Watched it several times.
Auntie
I
Shirley,
enjoy it. I really enjoy my TV.
Auntie Shirley, this is Kuli. What do you enjoy about the show, Shirley?
I think the general chit-chat, the different people, different opinions, and various types of people.
Yes, very
I enjoy
exciting.
that. Yes.
We love the general chit-chat as well. Who do you watch the show with? Let's chit-chat generally. Shirley, who do you watch the show with?
What accent?
Mostly on my own.
His accent.
Nice,
Usually,
nice.
if visitors come in, I normally would switch off unless it's something they particularly wanted to watch with me. But it's really it's my companionship all day.
Oh, we
And
love you.
I often sit working till quite late at night, 11, 12 o'clock. So the TV stays on with me as
Oh,
well.
stunning. All right, Shirley, this is Bobby now that you're speaking to. And I believe you have a heritage poem that you've written for us.
Yes, I wrote it several years ago. I still lived in Durban in those days. And they were having a competition at the time and asked people to send in poems about heritage. And this was the one I sent in, but I didn't even get any reply.
Oh, let's hear.
I've written a lot of poems. And I think it actually sparked off my poetry writing.
Oh, stunning. Oh, well, there's no better accolade or recognition than being on the television right now. So, Shirley, without any further ado, your heritage poem.
Da-da-da-da.
It's called My Heritage is African. My heritage is to be an African, just as the southern homeland is African. I was born in the place of the elephant from Gumondlovu, and my growing up place was in Ndambit. The music in my soul is the pulse of the beating drum and the stamping of dark feet in the scars of Kayengubo, Matiwan, Driefontein, and Umhlumayo. The rhythm that nurtured my love of Africa, the chanting of the Amadoda as they hoisted their stick to the beat of the African pulse, Pagamisa, Hu, Shaya Pansi. The Abafadi as they winnowed the Amabela, Shaya Induko, gleamed and oystered in the heartbeat of Africa. Have I not happily joined the circle of the Amatombazana, removing the umbila from the husks and helping to grind them between smooth stones to provide impulse for the cooking pot? Was it in my imagination that I walked through tambuti grasses, higher than a man's head, waded in these boots, or played hard?
Stunning, Shirley. Well, Shirley, we want to thank you very, very much for all of your support. Please continue getting in touch with us as much as you can, all right? Thank you, Shirley. God bless you. Enjoy your Heritage Day tomorrow.
God love you and bless you.
This is my day. This is my day. This is my day.
You're watching Trending SA on SABC3 and YouTube. Joining us in studio is the hilarious David Gow. Okay, so David needs no introduction.
No.
Can you introduce yourself in the Nelson Mandela voice, please?
Because it's lit.
It's gonna take a while because you have to.
have to
You
warm
guys
up.
were, yeah, you guys were walking all over. Your guys were walking all over it. Therefore, you have to put. It's literally like he goes into pre-production himself.
Okay, so started comedy way back in 1998, I believe.
October 1998.
So we're almost in your anniversary.
I'm always going into
month.
the 19th and then 20th in 2 years' time.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you're here
then
to
I
talk.
turned 40 as well. So I'm going to have a big
Everything party.
Yeah, 40th and a 20th
20-year
celebration.
Yeah.
Huge.
When's your 40th?
In 2 years',
2 years' time.
He's been saying that for the last 5 years.
He has, actually.
So embarrassing.
Like soccer age, though. That's
So
all.
embarrassing.
I mean, does the age thing matter in comedy?
Oh no, in comedy, that's why I love it. It's I can start my career from scratch if I want, in another country for that matter.
Who's like a really old comic?
Bill
Joan
Cosby
Rivers and
would
Sacha
have
passed
been.
away.
John, Bill Cosby would have
would have-
been.
yeah,
And that
because he was about
Mr.
to go
Banks
on
in South
tour.
Africa?
Yes,
John,
Mr.
John
Banks is
Christmas?
No,
No,
well,
John
Mr.
is, John
Banks.
is my age.
Mark Banks.
Mark Banks, yeah.
Mark Banks
No, Mel
just
Miller.
sold out.
Mel Miller.
Mel Miller, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about comedy and heritage, and you're also emceeing this weekend. I mean, to say that you're emceeing at Blacks Only is a bit of a
ridiculous.
weird. Like, oh, the
I'm having a Black
dog.
Song comedy
Because
show.
it's your thing, right?
Yeah.
And at the time that you started, you were like, oh, there's no blacks in the industry, so
I was
let me
alone
have
and
a...
lonely and...
Okay, let's get straight into it. You've been in the industry for 18 years. How do you keep yourself relevant? Why are we still talking to you? And how did you get onto the show? How are you still relevant? Umdala.
It's the
Because
hats.
it's the hats, I changed the hats.
Okay, Nini.
And I've stayed the same age more or less.
Yeah.
Because black don't
So
crack.
it looks like it's still that time when I was relevant. So
Yeah.
it's kind of constant now.
And then you.
And I read a lot and I write a lot more.
He hired me once. I did a movie called Taxi Ride. I don't know if he paid me.
No, you never paid anyone.
5 years later.
You never paid anyone for
I
that
paid
movie.
you more than everyone else.
That wasn't
what he
much.
told everyone.
At some stage, you were the only one getting paid.
But now listen, you're saying you write a lot. How do you deal, like as someone who's been in this game nearly 20 years, how do you deal with writer's block? You know, and where do you find your material?
So I write on stage, and I don't sit and say I'm going to write material today. It's never worked for me. So I've never written a joke, but I will say Shaka, Barbie, red dress, heritage, and then I'll go on stage and I'll work out a set about those 4 things.
So how is it possible for someone to steal your jokes if...
Because they take them word per word, Shaka.
They
And some of
film
them
you.
we have them on tape.
They film you and they go
And
home
some
and
we
they
have
learn
on
your
tape.
material.
So you play their tape and you play your tape.
This isn't a general question.
It's not this.
This is
It has to die.
specific.
It must die. That
Must
joke
die.
must die.
Okay.
But how is that possible, though? I mean, if you and I live on the same continent, we do
someone
similar
sees you.
things. It is highly possible that I went to the same beach that you went to
Yeah.
and did the same activities
Like I said, it's the same joke. You have it on video, and you have another person
with the same
doing it.
poses.
From anywhere in the world, for that matter.
But you know, David,
Yeah,
David.
so is that why you did I did these jokes first?
Because people were starting to do that. So that was like 8 years
but
ago.
you stole my joke.
Which one?
You know, I remember once we were sitting together, we were having drinks. We weren't drinking because you don't drink. But we were talking about R. Kelly and feeling on your boot. And then you were like, oh, that's so funny. I'm going to jack it. And the next thing I know, on stage, you are doing my joke.
What
But give us
joke was
context.
And-
you guys.
No, what
you guys
joke?
went
I
to
don't even have a
varsity
joke
together,
about R. Kelly.
And do you know what the worst part about
I've got
this
an
entire
R. Kelly
thing?
joke as
What
well.
the worst part about this entire thing is that he said to me, well, I'm famous.
Normally, that's how it happens.
That's what you said. Like, oh, well, I'm famous.
That's how it
Then you
happens.
jack the joke.
So I was
But
going to
what was
ask
the
him about.
Kelly joke?
I want to ask you about blacks only. Why are you excluding my friend right here?
Because she's white.
Nina is never at the right place at the right time.
What does that mean?
Whoa.
Whoa,
It means if I bump. So,
Yeah.
so
Whoa.
okay. So if I decided I'm going to a comedy club tonight,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bump into a lot of comics, and they're all gonna go, can you put me on Blacks Only? And I'm gonna say, the next one is 24th September. You must come, or call me, or whatever. Some of them will call me. Some of them will call on the 23rd and say, hey, remember you said I must come on the 24th. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll see you tomorrow at the show. But I wouldn't have called them and said, didn't I bump into you 3 months ago?
Also, your recruitment policy is very loose.
So for me, if I went somewhere and I saw 4 really funny comedians tonight,
Is my question answered?
No.
Just
Okay, but are you
I'm
saying,
telling you, she's
are you
never-
saying that
She's always
she's not
busy.
funny or that you just never bump into her?
She's always busy.
No.
Or she phoned you too
You see,
late.
we're having this conversation about Nina.
Yeah.
The next time Nina is going to talk to me about Black Songly is when the next Black Songly is being advertised.
Why don't you just invite
with the
her?
lineup?
Okay, so
Because there's
I
so many
don't think
comics out
anything
there.
was resolved here.
No.
That's okay.
Apparently,
I
we have a
understand.
video
We have one white
of
comic every
David
show.
in action. So
We won't
let's have a
laugh,
look at this.
We'll boo him. Boo.
There's this new
This
TV
is- I
show,
did-
I
I
don't
did
know,
this
some of
joke
you guys
first.
might know it,
You look like chaos.
called Jiga Majiga. Black people dance like they are running away from white people. Like they don't want white people to catch up with the shit that they're doing now. Because you see black people dancing is like, ooh, go back fast. Bona Denike is doing it now. Hey, they're gonna catch up again, so we need to call a meeting. Black people dance like they're running away from, okay, what are we gonna do next, guys? Oh, okay, let's see,
Yeah.
So, you know, as a comic, you're known for being quite vocal. It's part of the thing that happens, right? So since we're celebrating Heritage Day tomorrow, what are some of the things that remind you of being South African, that make you think you're proudly South African?
So I think naturally so, because we're a country that's grown and changed so much in the last couple of years and the last couple of months. So it's gone from Kimo Hopa Wamukwena, I'm from the Free State, I'm South Soto, and then you have a name like Mzwandile, because your grandmother comes from
Is your name
Matatiele, yeah. And
consonants.
then you marry half Greek, half Zulu woman, and your kids are mixed. So for me, it's definitely gone away from race, or it's starting to slowly move away from race. So you're starting to find all these other things, like you were saying earlier, the things people say, you know, is Nina on Black Songly? I'm not sure. Marikishoda. I'm sure she's on, but you are saying two complete different things. But that's how we've been talking, you know.
Nana, you
all our
recently
lives.
flew the South African flag to Montreal.
So there are the things that make South Africans South African.
Right.
And then there are things that make black South Africans black South Africans. And there are things that make Xhosa South Africans Xhosa South Africans. Like they arrive in Joburg, they all arrive in Batlu, and then they
Not
start
Midrand.
to move
That's
out.
Kayla.
No, they first land in Batlu. It's
That's
the
Kayla.
logistics hub. And
Logistics
then
hub.
they move
That
to
is
Four Ways, Sunning Hill. There's probably one Xhosa there who's still in Batlusha.
There are a lot of elements,
So
right?
there's things.
Yeah.
Nana, you recently flew the South African flag to Montreal, Canada, with Robbie Collins for the biggest comedy festival in the world. Just, what is it called?
Just for laughs.
How was it?
It was
been there-
fantastic.
you've
It's
been there a few times, though.
I
You've been
went
to
the
Montreal
first
a few
time when I was the first black in everything about 16 years ago.
So how did you fly the South African user flag?
Well, what happens, it's an invite-only festival, number one. And two ways of getting it is you're really popular or famous, or by reputation. And then in this instance, Comedy Central Africa kind of buys or made a deal to bring comics from,
Nice.
whether it's South Africa, you know, and you think Basket Mouth has been, he's from Nigeria, you know, so in this case it was myself and Robbie Collins, another comic from Comedy Central, Italy, I think.
Oh, wow.
And then the festival decides, okay, you're going to do the box, you're going to do Rose Cafe, you're going to do the TV special on this and this date in this venue. So I recorded a TV special which will go on those channels there.
So let's
in
have
Canada.
let's have a look at. We've got a bit more Blacks Only footage because we love comedy on this space and we love Blacks Only, despite everything David Gao.
Nina, why don't you come on Saturday night?
Oh, wow!
Video
I think
immediately.
I'm
Thank you,
performing.
video.
I'm sure you come
and
all the
action
time,
video.
Prison has the best laugh ever. Anyone from outside South Africa? Where are you from? I had Zimbabwe somewhere. So the president of Zimbabwe, you know, there's a Nigerian dance and a song called Shoki. I don't know if you guys. This is the best DJ ever. Mugabe basically knows how to do a Nigerian dance called shoki. Go back, Joss. Okay, go, let's go. Rewind. Ladies and gentlemen, President Robert Mugabe.
You're so flex. I can't believe you're like a
I don't write
40-year-old.
that. So in my head, Mugabe fell. That video went around.
Yeah.
I know the song Shoki Shoki.
Yeah.
When I'm asking Jaws, do you have the song? That's the first time I'm asking him or doing anything with
So
that
you're
joke.
an improv guy.
So if
really?
you didn't have it, then we wouldn't have done the gag.
Wow.
So you're an improv guy.
So that was the first time I was doing that joke.
But that's
So you're an improv guy.
yes, Shaga.
And I
Yes,
obviously-
and
It's
I was the
implied,
first one.
friend. It's implied.
So
I want to
it's
ask you a quick question. It's completely unrelated. Do you have a personal milliner that makes your hats?
No, if I look at it and I like it and it fits.
How many hats do you
I
have?
know Kuli said I've never taken.
People
And, please, okay, David, please can you just tell us about this weekend show? Where is the show? What time is the show?
So what's different about this show? We took the whole weekend. We're having some pre-parties. There's Kong
nice,
tonight. And then the show Saturday night, Empress Palace, Skumba Zong, Kagiso KG from Cape Town.
Yeah.
Lihle Lindsay had a standing ovation at the last Black Song. The Tiaho Kakao from the Free States. No one has seen him this side of the country.
Who's your wife? Who's the
So it's
wife?
like 10,
Who's the
11, and now 12 comedians on Saturday
She's
night.
busy. She has a life.
And then harem after party, and then Sunday.
Oh, there's a harem after party.
Of course. And then we're going to go to the sun deck on Sunday just to have some
Where's the sun
wine
deck?
and
What are we
champagne.
doing? Are we going,
Salt
but
and
is it going to be
sun.
funny though on Sunday?
We're just hanging out. There'll be funny people.
Funny looking people.
You know what's
as
funny?
well.
Have you noticed how you can hang out with comedians like
not
an
laugh.
entire day, not laugh?
I know they're not
Like
working
the entire
there.
day, like,
Yeah, but are you paying us?
Exactly.
like come on.
Are you paying
There's
us?
very few
Come on.
comedians in the world that are funny all the time.
Yeah.
Mark Banks
Yes,
is
Banks
one
is
of the
hilarious. all
funniest
day.
comedians I've ever met in my life.
But in real life.
In real life.
Right?
And on stage.
but-
But in real life, off stage, when comedians are in a room, we all shut up to listen to
that you?
Banks. So there's a couple
Correct.
of those guys.
Well, David Gow, thank you very, very much for being here. When we return, we officially declare the beginning of our Heritage
Why do you talk like that? Are you-
Weekend. Trying to wrap this segment up.
You know?
That's statue.
Statue. You're on a
Watering.
statue. You're on a statue.
Leave that ladies alone.
Okay, teach them. Statue.
He moved into
Only in South Africa do you have that.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
How do you know South African?
This is my day. This is my day.
Because I have no life. I will.
What to do? All right, so welcome back. back to Trending SA. We are your lunchtime companions, keeping tabs on everything that is going down on social media. All right, so now we're going to flash back to a hashtag that trended for days at the beginning of 2016. You have more on this, Shaka Rima.
Whoa!
Look at how pretty, beautiful you look.
I was just about to say that.
Shaka.
It's weird how you guys always take like my section to admire each other. So Shaka's about to speak. Anyway, listen. Hey, you guys are so beautiful. Look at the nails.
Girl power.
All right, beginning of the year, right?
I love your hair.
You know, beginning of the year. You know, beginning of the year.
So do I, Momo.
You know,
The grown-ups are
But I
talking
love
now.
the way you
Yeah,
tied your
exactly.
turban.
I did
This
my
is
own
gorgeous.
look, by the way, guys.
It's stunning.
That's very impressive.
Thank you.
You like it?
2016 has been an incredibly woke year.
Yeah.
Right? It's been an incredible year of activism, just generally. Everybody's wise to what's right and what's wrong. Okay. And we saw this 2016 kicked off with Penny Sparrow. And all the black people were mad. And all the white people were embarrassed. And then some of them got mad. And all the white people who defended Penny Sparrow, they got dragged. But the first thing that got dragged was this bad habit that white people have of mispronouncing your name as a black person. In fact, it gets so bad, we know this is like an apartheid relic thing, where they would just come to you when you come and register your name, and then they'd be like, Ini? No, and then they just give you a name.
Imagine.
Or they would call you January because that's when you came. You arrived at the desk to register in January. So that little habit, that little racist trait has continued over the years. And this is the year finally black people said, you know what, we've had enough. And we're not just going to tell you how bad it is. We're going to mispronounce your name. And we're also going to turn the aircons off in our offices. Look at some of these tweets. Look at some of these tweets from the hashtag. This is the year we mispronounce back. Definitely we'll be doing this. We'll be doing this.
2016 is the year for acting like you don't know how to pronounce white people's names. So that's the exposition. You mean to tell me that you can pronounce lawyers, but not Loizo? I've been called Luisa, Loizo. Everyone says Luizo. Louisa! This is the year. Ra! Amandla. Oh, Ra. Ra! I thought it was
You can pronounce
like a dungeon dragon. Like a dungeon dragon. No, it's
You can pronounce Google, but not Google too.
Google.
I mean, how can you not pronounce Google?
Okay, so here's actually how it works.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi there, I'm Mackenzie. Nice to meet you, Mkize. Mackenzie. I'll just call you Konto Caesar for short. And that's so true, because that's what happens. Hi there, how are you? I'm Pabalo. Oh, Payba, whoa.
Yeah.
I'll just call you Pubs for short.
No.
Emmy Award winner. Remember Emmy Award winner Uzo Aduba said it right. If we can learn to say Tchaikovsky and Dostoevsky
Hey, when.
And
Michelangelo,
then you can learn to say
And Christina Aguilera.
Aguilera.
You can say.
Zo Mama.
Thank you.
you can do it.
Picking up on-
Think of respecting the people
You can
first.
do it.
Yeah, picking up on Shaga's hashtag, the year we mispronounced back. 2016 has also been the year of woke clapbacks. There's a general strong sense of self-affirmation. I think it's global, and we're definitely part of it here in South Africa. So hair protests, big deal. Hashtag Rhodes Must Fall movement last year, and now the movement to decolonize our names.
Can I say something? There's a comedian, his name is Mojak Loko, right? So he does this gag about Jenny Sparrow. And then they're like, he says it's Jenny Sparrow, Jenny Sparrow. Eventually someone goes, Penny. He's like, yeah, no, but she doesn't deserve a name to be pronounced properly.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. I think Jimmy Manye is one of the few public figures I know who consciously took a decision to drop his colonial name and now goes by the name of Mzwandile Manye. Mzwanele, yeah, Mzwanele. What does that mean again? In
Jimmy.
It does not mean Jimmy. And then Khoisan X
It
also...
means a big frog from the Amazon.
Don't joke, babe.
A little frog from the Amazon.
And then Khoisan X also did it many years ago when he changed his name from Benny Alexander to Khoisan X.
I remember
Yeah.
when he did that.
I thought that was quite powerful. It was
It
like
was
a
powerful.
famous boxer, I've Preggy Bren. Cassius Clay.
Cassius
Changed
Clay.
to
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali.
Ali.
Yeah. Thank
Who
you.
was
Oh.
Cat Stevens doing him? Well, he changed religion.
Yes,
though.
Cat
Well,
Stevens became Yusuf
Islam.
Peter or something. Yusuf
Seriously?
Islam, yeah.
Who's Cat Stevens?
Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens.
At the moon, at the songs. Oh, my brain. I've got pregnant brain.
What's that thing?
Not, I'm not pregnant. I'm pregnant with Barbie. What? Never
You
mind.
guys know everything I am Nina is, and everything Nina is I am.
We are the same person.
It's from
guys.
that day we did
Can
our
we-
personality quiz that we found out we were INFJs.
We're
Can
the
you
same
guys
person.
be
We even like the same
embarrassed
music.
together?
Wait a minute, man. You mispronounced my name. You see me as a sweet back-loaded puppet, and you've got meal to get taste. I see right through. I mean, this is reality here. This is unity.
Bananas, guys. You know what I love about Heritage Day and heritage things is the fact that our heritage is that Bobby and I both grew up on Alanis Morissette, as well as Ladysmith Black Mambazo, as well as Lucy Mahlasela, as well as
I thought you were going to start mentioning food. as well as Noshu, as well as
We used to
Mautwana.
call it the different things. So my grandmother also made tripe. My grandmother also made sheep's brains. Sure.
What's tribe in Serbian?
I actually don't know. I must phone my grandma. I forget what it's called.
Tripe.
No, I don't know. But she
So hashtag change your colonial name.
Tribe. It's called tribe.
Now, there's a man named Dumiso Maseko who, started this movement and thinks the movement embodies the need to decolonize your name. I believe we have him on the line.
Amazing.
Do we have him on the line?
Do we have him on the line? Yes,
Wow.
Dumiso. Welcome to our show.
It's like the voice of God.
Thank you so much. How are you guys doing?
Very well.
I'm all right.
All right, so why did you decide on this particular campaign?
All right. We saw last year, a lot of, things were happening in Africa, in all regions of Africa, that there's a revival of Africa. People are starting to talk. We see with the fees must fall, statues must fall. We decided as a foundation that we need to take a firm stance and contribute into the decolonization project as well. So we said that we looked at, that so many countries in Africa, they've changed their names, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Congo.
Yeah.
They redefined their countries, that it's them who are leading now, so they need to define their future in their own terms. So we decided that we should not forget about the South, the identity, the African identity of the African child. That their South, which was attacked by the external forces, our language, our culture, our food, our style of dressing. We should not forget about that and rectify that. So we said, you know what? There are black people that are still walking around with colonial names that were imposed on our grandfathers and our grandmothers. When they were working, in the gardens, in the kitchens, they were called Dorothy, Sarah, and so forth. So we said that in order for us to contribute into the decolonization project, we said, let us encourage black people to change their names and start, naming their children, give them African names. Yeah. So that's how the campaign, came about. We also had, these European names, which we changed last year. So we went to Home Affairs. We changed these names because they are irrelevant to us, and we think that's an insult.
What if there's a black person that's got a white name that they really love? They have some special attachment to it for whatever reason.
What if it's biblical? What if they are like
Esther?
Rachel.
Wasn't Rachel a harlot?
Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis. Yeah. We come as as humble African child. We are saying to people that we understand that there are so many people that have been criticizing this campaign, that my grandfather died and he said I should be named after him. But now we cannot embrace anything that is European. I'm speaking, yes?
May I ask a question? Sorry to cut
Sure.
you short. I want to ask, if I want to give a vernacular name to my child, as a white person, what are the implications of that from a societal, from a politically correct perspective, or from a cultural appropriation perspective? Like, for example, I'm in traditional attire, like as a white person, what are the implications of that?
Is the father of the child white?
If I don't know. I don't know. This is an imaginary child.
I've got a white friend who's married to a white woman, and he named his first kid, right, with a black name. I fell in love with him.
I want my child to be named Lesedi. I just want I want a daughter. I want her to be named Lesedi. I just want that. Is that okay?
Well, that's your. We appreciate if other cultures, other races appreciate the African culture, because as far as I know, we haven't seen a lot of Europeans named or being given African names. We haven't seen African restaurants or restaurants in Europe that are selling African food. Africa has just been a dark continent to them. All right, but if you feel like you want to give your child a black name, that's your choice, and we appreciate that you see beauty in our languages.
So,
but I want to go back to the question of attachment to a name.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think as Africans we need to entertain the emotions around something that was imposed on you. Okay, I'm not trying to be insensitive right now.
I think you've made your point, actually, Ndumiso, and I think we have understood. So hashtag change your colonial name. I'm sure there will be more buzz on social media around this topic today after our conversation. We wish you the best of luck, which is also a bit of a strange thing to say. I think it's a good thing that we are having these conversations. More than anything else. Ndumiso, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break now. This is Trending SA on 3.
Well done, Ndumiso. Well done.
Soft and hard D.
This is my